Good morning. So I'm coming at you guys live from my beautiful dining room. Got myself a nice hot cup of coffee. Cheers to the morning. You guys had a fantastic weekend. Enjoying the cooler temps of fall. Seeing the foliage change from green to a multi-colored palette of flavors and colors. But oh well. Moving on. Today, if you're wondering, I'll be drinking a pecan coffee. It is quite good, quite full of nutty notes and smooth coffee flavoring. A little bit of a bitter kick this morning. I Italian pressed brewed this, so it's a little bit stronger, a little bit more of a little bite to it. But yeah, that's it. I wanted to talk about the gray area of injuries and working around them. If you have lived life for any number of years, or participated in sports or lifting or anything like that, tweaks and injuries are bound to happen. Whether that be from overuse, from sitting at work, repetitive motions, from old sports injuries such as knees, hips, back, poor shoes over time from standing, causing knee pain and back pain and adjustment, being born with scoliosis or something like that, falling and having a break and then dealing with it later on. These are all injuries that can affect us, they can affect our training and our level of activity, but they should not stop us. They can be frustrating at times while we're getting over them, and as you get older, the feeling of always having to deal with something is a very true reality. The biggest preventer of all of these is, of course, managing stress on the body so it doesn't break down. So your sleep, your nutrition habits, just your overall mental habits and breathing, and trying to stay in a more stress-free environment. It will go a long way. And then limiting repetitive tasks. But you may be wondering, what is too much? This is a very gray area on what you can do. I can say that you can always work around an injury, you just will be limited. You may be starting with a plethora of things you can do, and now you have to kind of shrink it in a little bit for a period of time until the injury subsides. So a good rule of thumb is, if it's been hurting a while, so a couple weeks nonstop, and even working around it and stuff like that is not making it any better, it's a really good idea to get that checked out, whether that's by a doctor or a physical therapist. Using more movement-based stuff, I'll recommend going to a physical therapist just because they assess movement. But if it's more of a inflammation or actually an injury of some like a break or a cut, definitely going to your doctor would be advised. Now, when it comes to working around and what is too much, because the idea of pain should not occur. Pain is your body saying there's something wrong. Please stop this. And you can't strengthen something necessarily through pain. And in the gym, it's not the right place anyways. That would be more in a PT setting where they specialize in working with injuries and pain levels, putting it at the right threshold to still see good results and healing, and not going to the point of strengthening but causing more damage, so it's a vicious cycle. So usually a good rule of thumb is, if it's been hurting for a couple of weeks and even workarounds is bothering it, definitely get some professional help. Other than that, I will usually say uncomfortable is okay, but painful is not. So it shouldn't be tingling, there shouldn't be sharp pain, but a little bit of stiffness, a little bit of discomfort, usually on a scale of 1 to 10, no more than like a 4, maybe a 5, but the word pain should not be what's describing it. So that, again, that's a gray area, and everyone's a little bit different understanding. Like with people with low back stuff, like if you're coming up after lifting, you're like, moving around, kind of like, you probably shouldn't lift. Again, you probably treat your back more than it needs to be. and that would be a good time to stop. Now, if it's just like, it's a little stiff right now, that's not necessarily bad. You might be using the erectors a little bit too much and not the hamstrings to stabilize in the lats. But again, if you're moving in any weird way or you would describe it as pain, definitely shouldn't be doing it, but working around it and seeking professional help. That's all I got. Any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you for tuning in, sipping your coffee along with me. You can always reach me at josh@williamstrainingsystems.com, or more conveniently, again, down below, or at joshwilliamsfitness.com. Still getting used to the name change, apparently. Have a great day.